Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a keychain. So you guys are going to open up your design space, go to uploaded images, select the image that you would like to use. Once you have the image that you're going to use, you're going to go to edit and put in the dimensions of the keychain that you want it to be. So you're going to select your width and your height. Once you selected your width and height to your liking, next you are going to duplicate the image. The reason for duplicating the image is because you want to use one as a print and cut and one as the background or the shadow. So you're going to go to edit, click on the where it says print, and then you're going to click no fill. And then once you're in no fill, you're going to put your background color to whatever background color you would like it to be. Move it to the back, go to edit, click on move it to the back, and then just put the pictures in front just to size it and make sure everything makes sense. Next, you're gonna go to shapes. You're gonna add 2 circles, and this is going to give you the shape for the keyring hole. You're gonna make a one circle and then another one smaller, put it in the middle, make it small, and then you're gonna go to actions and then click slice. Once you slice it, you're gonna move the middle circle so that way you have the big outside circle. Once you have the big outside circle, you're gonna put it on the top of the keyring. On top of the image. Then you're gonna go to action and then you're gonna click weld. That should mend the circle and the image together. Then you're gonna duplicate it to however many layers you would like. I usually use 5 to 6 layers. And that's pretty much how you create the keychain. Next, if you would like to add text to your images, I will create another video on how to do so. But for now, for this video, you're gonna upload whatever word you have. I use the word queen. You're gonna duplicate the image, so you have 2. You're gonna click on the word, then you're gonna click on action, scroll all the way to where you see contour, and then you're gonna hide the layers. So first you want to do one layer with just the inside layers, which would be the QUEEN, and then for the second duplicate, you're gonna hide the background. So you have one layer for the background and one layer for the word, so that's gonna give you 2 separate layers. Once you have your 2 layers, the shadow and your words, you're gonna go into edit, and then you're gonna pick a color. You don't really have to do this step. I just do it so it looks easier, so that way I know which different colors I'm using, so that way it's not confusing. So you pick a color, and then you're gonna put them together to either size it to your likings. You can make it bigger or make it smaller, make the shadow bigger. So this step is pretty much based on your own preferences. So next, to add the word to your image, you're gonna take one of the shadow pieces of the image and the shadow piece of the word, and then you're going to click on actions, and then you're going to click weld. Once you place it in the position wherever you want it to position it at, you're going to click weld. After you click weld, it should be one piece. Once you welded the piece together, click on edit, and then move the shadow to the back, and then you're going to move your colored print image on top and the queen word on top image, so that way you can size it and make sure everything fits together, because sometimes it might not fit. So you need to fix the background or the shadow to make it a little bit bigger or a little bit wider, just to fit it to your own liking. Once you have the exact shape you want it to be, you're going to go ahead and click on action, and then you're going to click duplicate and add however many layers you would like. Like I said, I usually use 4 to 6 layers depending. And then you're going to do the same thing for the words. Same thing, you're going to click on however many images you how many layers you would like as well. I used 4 layers for the word. You're getting ready to make it, so once you make it, you're going to go ahead and click edit to change the background, to change the layers to whatever color you're going to print them on. Once you do that, you're going to click on make it. Once you're in make it, you're going to go to the board. It's going to show you a pink board because that was the layer of the color that you had selected. It's showing you how many boards. You're going to go to the top. You're going to click on the size of the board or the size of the paper. So if you're using 8.5 by 11 letter paper, make sure you click that one so that way they can edit it for you. I don't like to waste paper, so when I usually do that, I will see how they put 2 pink papers and it's only 3 words on one paper, so there is still some space on one of the other papers. So I just clicked on it and clicked move image so that way I can fit all of my pieces into one page at a time, so that way I don't waste paper. Once you made everything to the size you want it to be, the space you want it to be, and where you want it to lay on your board, you can go ahead and click make it. Also, please make sure you see the red line. Make sure your pieces are not on the red line, because if it is, it will cut your image and you're going to be missing some of your layers. So make sure you move it over and space it out so everything is spaced out correctly, away from any red lines at the tops and the corners and the perimeters of the whole board. Once everything is done, you're going to go ahead and click print. The print step is going to be the first step because you want to print your image first, and then the maker is going to cut it for you. Okay, so after you have sent the image to the printer and it prints, you're going to load it onto one mat, and this is going to be the first thing that your Cricut machine is going to cut. And then next you're going to load your second mat with the paper that you're going to use for the background for the image. So you're just going to load your mat. All right, so now your image is done. So now you're gonna load your second mat. Okay, so now our layers are complete, and I'm gonna carefully pull this off. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay, so now that you have all your layers, you're just gonna put them together. So I'm going to start with the letters, and just you can use a glue stick or you can use Mod Podge, but the glue stick is easier for me, so I'm just gonna use the glue stick for now. And just start layering the pieces together. The smaller pieces are really tricky. Make sure you're layering them evenly so that way you won't see any like missed places in them, and that they're like as even as possible. So I'm just layering the pieces. Takes a little time and concentration, but you get it done. I don't know if you guys can see me. I hope you guys can see what I'm actually doing. Kind of use my nails to guide it and make sure it's even. You can also use as many layers as you like, so it's pretty much up to your own preference. If you want to use more layers, you can use more layers. Being that this is a practice layer, I mean a practice piece, I'm not using too many layers. Okay, so. And I just realized I messed up because I used pink paper with pink words and it should have been a different color. But we're just gonna have to make it work. Make sure you're pressing it down so the layers stick together. Be generous with the glue because you don't want to use less glue and it not stick. Okay, this is the last layer before I put the image. Okay, and now I am going to glue the image on. make sure you're very precise and sticking the image on where it matches the correct way, because you don't want to mess that up. It might take a little time, but you definitely want to make sure that it is even.
Get your money faster by calling at 866-382. You may even qualify for a cash advance. That's 866-824. Or visit Peachtree.
I'm gonna make sure that's down. Glue here, and then I'm gonna stick my words on. Okay, so this is what it looks like with everything layered and put together. Next, I am using triple thick glue glaze just to give it like the shine, instead of using like 30 different layers of Mod Podge. But definitely you can, you know, however you like to do it, or however you choose to do it, whatever's easier for you or whatever makes sense to you, definitely feel free to use it. I think I actually like the triple thick better because it's very glossy and it's very thick, and I don't have to put like a lot. Also, when you're doing it, you want to make sure it's even, because when it dries, it's gonna dry. If it's clumpy, it's gonna dry with the clumps in it. So definitely make sure that it's even. And I got some of the ink on my hands when I was pressing down on the layers, so it might look a little dirty or black, with like black stains or whatever. I guess that's because the ink didn't dry. So definitely make sure your ink is dry before you press down on it, because if not, then it's gonna look like this with smudges or smears. And this is pretty much it. For a final step, I'm not doing it because this is a practice piece, but for a final layer, you can either use epoxy or UV resin to apply it, just to give it more of a better coat. But like I said, I won't be doing it in this video because this is just for practice. But definitely, if you're going to sell it or for your own personal use, however you would like to do it, like I said, you can use epoxy or UV resin for the final gloss layer. This takes a few minutes to dry, so I will let it dry and show you guys what it looks like after it is dried. For the last step, you're gonna get you a jump ring and a key ring holder, and then you're just gonna attach it to the image. And that is it. This is your keychain. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.